Welcome to the Source Fed Club movie thingy show that we do every week, where we pick movies and watch them right here with you. This is my room. I am Jose, and I am currently going to college to correctly learn how to spend money. Very ironic. Anyway, the movie this week is Edward Scissorhands.
Enter masturbation joke here.
By Tim Burton.
A movie described as
an inventor dies before developing hands for his creation, a boy named Edward, who instead has scissors at the end of each arm. Edward lives a monastic existence until an Avon lady adopts him and takes him to live in the pastel paradise suburbia. Wow, can't believe I mispronounced that. I should go to college, shouldn't I? Well, I have seen this movie before, but let's watch it again just for old time's sake. If you guys know anything about me, which I'm assuming you don't because I only have 16 followers on Twitter, you know I love Tim Burton. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Beetlejuice, you remember that one too? Batman, the originals, The Nightmare Before Christmas, of course, Planet of... Let's skip that one. He made the film adaptation of one of my favorite musicals of all time, Sweeney Todd. Edward Scissorhands is one of the first movies Tim Burton has ever written, produced, and directed. I remember watching and loving Edward Scissorhands when I was a kid. But when I watched it like a couple minutes ago, I noticed something strange. Don't get me wrong, I still love the movie. I really do. It's just some things that I never really noticed as a kid. And now that I'm a 20-year-old adult, it kind of stands out. For example, I love a simple love story. As in like Drive. Drive is one of my favorite movies ever made. And though Drive and had like a somewhat silent protagonist, there was a difference in the relationship between the main character and his love interest. In Drive, Ryan Gosling can just look at his girl and do this. And she'll be all like, you see, they never really had to go out there and say much, but you know for a fact that those two characters, they love each other. At least from a filmmaking perspective, it means a lot more. In Scissorhands, though, they do something different, which I didn't really like. They never really had to go out there and say what I declare to be the most unnecessary and stupid line of the entire movie. Edward, though you just killed my boyfriend just now, even though I haven't treated you right or done anything for you, I've noticed that you've done a lot for me. And by a lot, I mean you just did that one thing that one time where you pretended like I didn't tell you to break into that house. Well, here I go. The only thing my stupid Winona Ryder brain can come up with, I love you. Another example of that, spoiler alert, when Winona Ryder's character is really old, you can tell because she has all this makeup on her face. But then when the little girl asks her a question, she says, Winona Ryder's character? Yes, granddaughter. Since you said you love Edward Scissorhands like 80 years ago, why don't you ever visit him? Because I'm old now. I'm very self-conscious about the way I look. And I'm very self-centered as well. Grandma, that's an awful excuse. Grandmother don't give a fuck. Ugh. I really didn't like her character one bit, to be honest. She was my least favorite character of the entire movie. Edward, you're too good for her. Another thing I really noticed, spoiler alert again, Edward Scissorhands kills a drunk teenager by stabbing him and throwing him out the window. And all the townspeople see it. Shh. Guys, Edward died. Look, I have his hand right here. You don't have to check inside that scary mansion place. And also, I'm not going to try to redeem the qualities of the guy I just said I love. We should all just go home now. And then the townspeople leave, and everyone lives happily ever after, besides the dead guy on the ground and the guy forced to live by himself for the rest of his life. And did anybody else notice that Jim, the bad guy, turns like from an alright guy, like a nice guy, just turns like to a big asshole like halfway through the movie. Like he seems like a nice guy and then it's just like, asshole. And I freaking hate the neighborhood. The people in the neighborhood suck ass. It's like Cougar Town just with like unattractive people. Well, other than all that, I'm just nitpicking and I really feel like I love this movie. As an actor, I have to say that Johnny Depp, I love you, man. I love you. Love you so much. I wish I could be him. He literally is the only thing that made this movie entertaining, and of course the directing of Tim Burton also made it cool. I feel like Tim Burton, all he has to do is grab Johnny Depp, put some white paint on him, and be like, hey, listen, we're gonna film a movie, let's go. And you have a success. I wasn't a big fan of Dark Shadows, but I still enjoyed it. And the music, composed by Danny Elfman, I forgot to mention this, is amazing. I love his music. His music makes every Tim Burton movie a Tim Burton movie. And just the entire production, like the set and most of the characters just had Tim Burton written all over it. I feel like as years go by, Tim Burton's just gonna get creepier and creepier, and Johnny's face is just gonna become more wider and wider. I have a different rating system I want to do now. For all my reviews, I'm gonna put on a scale. That's how my rating system works. Yay! But that's enough out of my dumb face. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Or leave a video response to the SourceFed Movie Club and I'm going to watch it there. I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you liked my review. Parody of that movie coming up soon. This has been a SourceFed Movie Club show thingy. I'm Jose. This is my room. I hope to see you soon. Or next week. At least. At least next week. Let's plan for next week. Thanks.